It's a new week and the sales must go on. In today's episode, we're going to spotlight 20 new Switch games and show some that are still on sale from previous weeks. Hey everyone, I'm JP and this is Good Talk HQ. If this is your first time here, let me say thank you. We appreciate you stopping by. On the channel, we make Nintendo and family-based content and we'd sure love for you to join the family. Please consider hitting that subscribe button for great deals each week and a chance at an eShop gift card as well. The information for the giveaway will be below the video for quick access. And if you've been here before, you're the heart of this channel and the reason we have so much fun creating videos each week. The support has been overwhelming and we appreciate it tremendously. Thank you all so much. Alright, first up on the list we have Alwa's Legacy. This is a single player 2D platformer from Elden Pixels and the main story will last roughly 10 hours. This is a sequel to the game we featured in the last under $5 episode here on the channel. Alwa's Legacy is a modern retro game full of dangerous dungeons, magical items, and ancient secrets. This time around, the game has placed a heavier emphasis on exploration and customized options in this all-new, non-linear style of gameplay, with many routes and upgrade paths to take. The game is absolutely beautiful to look at and listen to. I love this series and I think both games are worth buying, but right now you can get Alwa's Legacy on sale marked down 30% until June 28th for just $12.59. Alright, and next up on the list we have Bacon Switch. This is a charming couch co-op PvP party style game from Streamline Media Group and offers countless hours of chaotic fun. And the game is available both online and in couch co-op for 4 players. We always try to feature a party game on the list, and really if you have friends or family to play these games with, they're usually amazing. Bacon Switch is very similar to something like Overcooked with a few little twists and features some of the most adorable graphics with these little dough people. So if you like party games like Overcooked and have a group of people to play with, consider this one. It's on sale marked down 67% until June 25th, just $9.99. Alright, and next up we have Blue Fire. This is a single player platform RPG coming to us from publisher Graffiti Games, and the main story will last roughly 10 to 15 hours, a bit longer for completionists. In Blue Fire, players will embark on a journey through various temples and locations filled with increasingly harder platform challenges while questing and looking for collectibles along the way. This game is all about fast-paced movement and quick reflexes. The art style is phenomenal and the soundtrack incredible. If this one sounds interesting to you, consider grabbing this one up. It might be the hidden gem you were looking for. Right now it's on sale for just $13.99, marked down 30% until June 25th. Alright, and next up we have Burnout Paradise Remastered. This is an incredible racing series from EA, and this remastered installment for the Switch offers both solo and online multiplayer modes, with the single player campaign lasting roughly 15 to 20 hours or so. Being able to finally play the series on the Switch was really nice, and this game offers some of the most intense and fast-paced racing action on the console. This edition also comes with all of the DLC as well. There are loads of tracks and cars to play through as well, and the game plays super smooth. The port was done really well here. This series has always been a blast to play, and if you like racing games and explosions, make sure to grab up Burnout Paradise Remastered on sale for just $14.99, marked down 50% until June 28th. Alright, next up we have Down in Bermuda. This is another single player adventure style RPG, this time from publisher Yak & Co, and the game will last roughly 2 or 3 hours to complete. This is a charming little adventure filled with puzzles to solve and mysteries to uncover. The story really doesn't take much time to flesh anything out, and we're quickly introduced to Milton. Players will have to solve puzzles on one of each of the 6 islands in order to hopefully find their way out of this strange place and back to the world. The game is full of charm and emotion, and even though the story is mostly just that opening few seconds, there's also hidden pictures throughout on each of the islands that expand upon it a bit. If you pick this one up, I'd suggest playing it in handheld mode with the touch controls. They really make a huge difference, but you'll be able to pick it up for $5.99, marked down 70% until July 9th. Alright, next up we have Kaze and the Wild Mask. This is a 2D adventure platformer from publisher Sodesco, and the main story will take roughly 6 to 8 hours to complete. Kaze is a love letter to 16-bit Donkey Kong style games and features many of the same mechanics, power-ups, and level designs found in those titles, just with a bit of a twist to make them feel more organic to this title. Now of course the most unique feature to this game were the masks that you can find throughout that add new abilities and mechanics to each level. The game looks gorgeous on the Switch and sounds amazing too, and if you like Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, this one is right up there among my favorite modern 2D platformers on the console. So if you like old school Donkey Kong style games or just solid 2D platformers in general, please grab this one up on sale right now for just $20.99, marked down 30% until June 28th. Alright, next up we have Guacamelee 2. This is a 2D action platformer from publisher Drinkbox Studios and offers a main story that will take roughly 10 to 12 hours to complete and is available for 1 to 4 players in local couch co-op. To me, this is one of the best games available on the list, and I was extremely happy that the sequel was this good after having waited a while since the first game, which we really enjoyed, and so I'm happy to report that this is a wonderful game. The second installment features even more colorful and dense worlds with hordes of new enemies and intense new boss battles, with a great soundtrack as well. Right now, the complete edition with all the DLC and extras is on sale for just $6.73, marked down 70% until June 29th. Alright, next up we have Jurassic World Evolution, the complete edition. This is a single player simulation park builder style game from publisher Frontier, and it's hard to place a time limit as the game offers hours and hours of content and dozens of different dinosaurs to raise. There's an absolute ton of content here, and the Switch version runs great in docked or handheld mode. Players will be placed right into the action and can either build a new park from the ground up or relive one of the many memorable moments from any of the films. With the complete edition, you get all of the bonus DLC story packs, which includes the Return to Jurassic Park campaign, which sees players rebuilding the original park from the first movie. As a matter of fact, that's the reason I finally bought the game, and I've had a great time playing it. So if you like us and you like park builders or simulation stuff. Alright, next up we have Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. We've talked about this one in the past, but I love it so much and we have so many new viewers, so I don't want to skip this one anytime it's on sale. This is another one of our personal recommendations at the channel. This is a single-player 2D platformer from FDG Entertainment and offers more than 20 hours of main story gameplay. The game also features gorgeous animation and one of the best soundtracks on the list. One of the most unique features of the gameplay is your ability to transform into one of the 6 forms, each with their own unique playstyle and skill sets. This will greatly affect how you tackle each obstacle in the level as you progress through. Honestly, if you like platformers and you haven't played this one yet, it's absolutely worth the sale price, and right now it's marked down to just $15.99, 60% off until July 1st. Don't miss this one. Alright, and next up we have Oceanhorn, another single-player adventure RPG from publisher FDG Entertainment. This one offers roughly 10 hours of main story gameplay and drew my attention immediately when I first saw it years ago. This is a love letter to Zelda titles from the GameCube era, and many of the mechanics are almost identical to something like Wind Waker, which to me is a good thing as I love the titles from around that time. In this one, we play as a young boy who wakes up to find that his father is missing and left behind a letter. From there, players will set off on a journey to find out the mysteries of the uncharted seas. Oceanhorn combines a gripping story with gorgeous visuals and exciting gameplay for a great all-around time. The soundtrack was top-notch as well. I always try to recommend this title when I see it on sale because I've always enjoyed it personally. You'll be able to get this one on sale until July 1st, marked down 60% for just $5.99. Alright, next up, let's look a bit closer at the sequel, as it happens to be on sale right now as well, and since I enjoyed the first game so much, I wanted to show the sequel as well. Oceanhorn 2, Knights of the Lost Realm, is again a single-player outing from FDG Entertainment, but this time a much bigger adventure taking longer than 20 hours to complete. So like I said, the game is definitely longer for sure, and features massive boss fights that can put your skills to the test, as well as dozens of side quests to complete and puzzles to solve. Once again, the handcrafted graphics are top quality, and the soundtrack was incredible. These two games are such a good time, and I love having them on the Switch myself. If you're a fan of 3D platformers or the first game, make sure to catch this one before the sale ends on July 1st, marked down 25% to just $22.49. Alright, next up we have Ori and the Will of the Wisp. This is a single-player 2D platformer from publisher IM8-bit with a main story that will last roughly 15 hours or so. This is truly a stunning game to look at on any platform, including the Switch. The colorful art style and beautiful environments add so much immersion to this game. Now, as far as platformers go, these are always up on top of people's list, and for good reason. Both games have some of the best controls and sound in any game on the Switch. Just like with Guacamelee, I'm happy to report that this is a sequel that holds up to the original, and both games are phenomenal. In the sequel, players will embark on a new journey full of puzzles and dangerous enemies in an attempt to unravel Ori's destiny. Make sure to grab this one up if you still haven't before the sale ends on the 28th. It's currently marked down 50% to just $14.99, and that's a great price. Next up, we have R-Type Dimensions X. This is an arcade-style side-scrolling shoot-'em-up bundle from publisher Takeover Games for 1 to 2 players in local couch co-op, and while these games aren't super long, they're tough as nails. Honestly, these may be some of the most challenging shoot 'em ups I've ever played. This bundle includes both great classic titles from the 80s, updated for modern gamers. One of the most unique features about this game, outside of the difficulty, is the ability to change between a retro aesthetic and retro sound to modern 3D graphics and sound in a single button press. The game even offered an infinite mode, which allows younger gamers or people who find it a little bit too challenging a chance to see the full game without getting stuck at an early stage. But if you like challenging games and you're a fan of shoot 'em ups, make sure to grab this one up before the sale ends on the 28th for just $7.49, marked down 50%. Alright, and next up we have the Streets of Rogue Plus Character Pack Bundle. This is a retro-style action RPG from Tiny Build Games and offers hours of playtime for 1 to 4 players either online or in local couch co-op. Now this is a roguelite experience, except instead of dungeon crawling, Streets of Rogue has players doing missions and completing tasks in procedurally generated cities that are bustling with other NPCs, and it makes the whole city come to life, and these type of details in games, like this one, really can make or break the sense of immersion and fun. I personally like the freedom that they offer, because each stage, it just gives you a certain set of goals, and then you can play it however you want. You can either run and gun, or do it slow and stealthy. Now as I said, this is the Character Pack Bundle, which adds the 6 new completely unique playable characters, and if you're going to get this game, it's definitely the version we recommend. You can get this bundle on sale right now until July 6th for $11.49, marked down 50%. Alright, next up we have the Takeover. This is a side-scrolling arcade-style beat-em-up from Pelican 13, and the main story for the game is rather short at just about 2 or 3 hours. However, the game does offer some local couch co-op to add some fun to the overall experience. It also features a unique combo system when you're in combat, which will allow you to string together vicious attacks and build up your special meter for a special attack. There are also weapons littered throughout each of the stages that players can pick up to use for increased damage, but be warned, they can have weapons as well. Also, and somewhat unique, is that each character is also equipped with a ranged weapon, but the ammunition is so scarce that it forces the hand-to-hand action for the most part. If you enjoyed Streets of Rage or Final Fight back in their heyday, I think you'll enjoy this title, and right now it's on sale until July 8th for just $6.99, marked down 65%. Alright, and next up we have Trailblazers. This is a fast-paced, colorful racing game available for 1 to 4 players offline and 2 to 6 players online, coming to us from publisher Rising Star Games, with the main campaign that will take roughly 10 to 15 hours to complete. The unique feature to this game is that as you drive and your teammates drive, you're leaving behind a streak of paint behind the car. Now anybody who drives over these streaks, if it's the same team, it will boost your speed. If it's an opposing team, it can slow you down. This mechanic adds a lot of depth to the standard racing formula, and it can really add an unusual element of strategy to a game that normally is just about being the fastest. The game does offer several game modes as well, and some Switch exclusives, and you know we always enjoy when the developers add something special just for us. If you're looking for a little bit different of a racing game, please give this one a look. It's currently on sale until the 28th, marked down 80% to just $5.99. Alright, next up we have the X2 collection. These are single-player strategy RPGs coming to us from Take-Two Interactive, and they offer roughly 40 hours or more of gameplay. This version will include the main campaign, 4 of the additional DLC packs, and the War of the Chosen expansion pack as well, giving players an additional tens of hours of gameplay. In XCOM 2, Earth has been taken over and is now under alien rule. It's our mission to rebuild XCOM, and through a global resistance, try to reclaim the world and save mankind. Now personally, it took me a little bit to get into XCOM games, but after I got into this whole genre, I've loved every moment. I would definitely recommend this one. New players may feel the burn of the steep learning curve, but stick with it and you'll be fine as long as you just hang tight. With all the DLC and the fact that the game is currently on sale for its lowest price ever, right now is the time to consider this one. You'll be able to grab it up for just $14.99, marked down 70% until the 28th. Alright, and next up we have Yuppie Pyscho Executive Edition. This is a single-player adventure title from publisher Another Indie Studio, and the main story will take roughly 8 to 10 hours to complete. The story takes place in the 1990s and follows a young man on his first day of work at one of the world's largest companies, Centricorp. How well we'll do with this company will depend on how well we handle our first assignment and if we survive to see our second. At orientation, we soon learn that our first task will be to hunt down a witch whose powers have made the company's success possible to begin with, but now she won't stop tormenting the employees. Now with this executive edition, they added some new areas to explore, some new bosses, and hours of new content to add even more value to the asking price. Overall, this is a great game with a really amazing art style and even offers multiple endings. There's a whole lot of value here, and right now it's currently on sale for $8.33, marked down 50% until June 28th. Alright, and last up on the list for today, Yes Your Grace. This is a single player management adventure game from publisher No More Robots, and the main campaign will take roughly 6 to 8 hours to complete. In this kingdom management RPG, you'll play as King Eric, who struggles to balance the needs of his family, his people, and the needs of the kingdom overall. The story is gripping, and some of the characters are very memorable and will stick with you for a while, as the world feels so alive. Some of the characters are locked in constant internal struggle from events that have happened before the point in which the player takes over and starts the game. But even though we weren't there when these things happened, we hadn't taken over the game yet, you really feel the weight of each decision that you make as the king. On top of the dialogue choices, you'll have many different resources that you'll have to keep in stock for the kingdom to thrive. And this is all done while under constant impending threat of an imposing army on the horizon. Personally, I really enjoy these narrative-driven retro-style games, and this one is one of my favorites. If you like these style games, please check this one out on sale until July 6th for just $7.99. Alright, and here's a quick look at a couple of games that you might want to consider, as well as some games that are still on sale from our previous videos. Alright, and if you made it this far, I want to take a quick moment, as always, and say thank you so much for sticking with us, watching the video, leaving a comment, liking, all of the good stuff. I genuinely hope that you find a game or two on this list that you might want to purchase, and we helped you save a few dollars. Please remember before you go to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Doing these 3 things will enter you in for a shot at one of the 2 free $5 eShop gift cards that we give away each week. So just sub, drop me a comment. Hit that like button, drop me a comment down below, and I'll be able to see you to enter you in. Good luck to everyone who enters. Last week we pushed over 100 entrants, so let's keep the comments rolling and let's keep growing this community. I can't believe how far we've come. Let's keep going. I'm excited to see where we go next. Alright, little man, take us home.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!